Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So this video will be on my vitamin D deficiency story update, part 2. So last year I uploaded a video on sharing my story and just kind of documenting how I was feeling, having low vitamin D, and just an array of symptoms I was experiencing. And I actually didn't expect to get a lot of questions and people sharing their story. So I've been reading, and I know a lot of people has been really worried, wondering, hey, how come she hasn't updated? It's really concerning. She hasn't really responded. Is everything okay? And I believe I'm definitely overdue for another update. So the reason why I have not been able to provide any updates is because since the lockdown, I have been just, at home working my 9 to 5, and working on a few side projects and doing a side business. And it's just been a really hectic time, and I think it's time that I should sit down and talk to you guys about it. Also, another reason why I have not been able to upload is because I just felt like I didn't have sufficient information or a good enough update, because I have not been honestly religiously taking the vitamin D pills that I said I was going to. I did do it for the first 3 months, and during those first 3 months I didn't feel any better. And the reason why I actually ended up taking it less was because I was just really bad with like routines, and I just kept forgetting to take it. So I just think that it doesn't make sense if I were to come up and just make an update on what's happening right now, if it's working for me. And as of right now, I'm just taking it like every few days because I'm still really bad at doing it. So reading the comments, I realized that a lot of people are going through the same things, and I just want to come here to give reassurance. If not reassurance, then sharing that there's a story here of how vitamin D low deficiency can really affect someone. And so a little update, after I did my video, I actually went for routine blood work, and beginning I had 13 ng of vitamin, and now I have 23 ng the last time I checked with my blood work. It's still really low, a little bit higher than the beginning. I don't feel any much of a difference besides the symptoms kind of diminishing a little bit, which I will dwell into that a little bit later. But my symptoms that I had before was muscle twitches, muscle fatigue, muscle pain, excessive sweating, fatigue, and also tremor. And for now, more or less, the symptoms are still almost the same, and I will kind of share with you guys how I'm feeling and what I'm doing right now. So the current symptoms that I have right now are muscle twitches, muscle pain, fatigue, excessive sweating, and also tremors. Almost the same as what I said before from my last video. So starting with muscle twitches, I have been having muscle twitches for almost 2 years now, and it's always at different parts of my body. It happens out of nowhere sometimes. It could be at one hot spot and just keeps going on for like almost a minute, and it disappears, and I probably wouldn't twitch the whole day, or it would just come here and go here and it just goes away. Some days are better, some days are worse, and I noticed that when I have more caffeine intake like coffee, or drinking more tea, or when I eat more sugary food or drinks, I get the twitches more. So for the first year, I dug myself in a rabbit hole, and I just felt like something was really wrong with me. I went on Google, I joined forums, and I was just so like scared because I thought that it was something sinister like ALS or MS, all those different diseases that I could possibly have, because I was so confused. I was wondering why my friends never had it. I was wondering why like it's happening on me out of nowhere, and I was just really confused. But after almost a year and a half, I just kind of stopped looking into Google. I stopped trying to see what's wrong, and I just try to cope with it. And I see that like it doesn't really bother me as much anymore as before. And I noticed that when I don't think about it, I kind of don't notice it, or I kind of brush it off, and it's not as bad as before. So I feel like I could attribute this to anxiety, because I do have a history of anxiety. I have hypochondriac which I am a hypochondriac, which I get really scared. Like when something's wrong, I feel like I have a headache here, I start Googling and then just start, all these different symptoms just start manifesting and gets worse. So I feel like I contribute to that. And when I went to the neurologist around 6-7 months ago, my neurologist said it could be BFS, benign fasciculation syndrome, which like there's unknown causes unless you can find out what's wrong. It's just your nerves that just keeps firing out no reason, kind of like when you have a panic attack, like a flight or fight response, and your body is just, you know, just sitting here, but your muscles in reality is just tense out of nowhere, and that could cause twitches. Now for tremors, so after a year and a half of muscle twitching, I started getting tremors. It first started it was really subtle in the beginning. In the beginning, it was just kind of like I was holding something out of nowhere, my hand was just shaking. Or I was just, you know, sitting upright, and if I put my feet, kind of give a little pressure on my feet, I feel like my legs were kind of shaking. And when I was like holding things randomly, it would just randomly shake. Although when I tried to imitate the same posture, sometimes it wouldn't tremor. And I was really worried because I thought that, hey, okay, first I'm getting twitches, now I'm getting tremors. Like, what's wrong? So I went to a neurologist. My neurologist referred me to a chiropractor. We had x-rays done, and my chiropractor said that, you know, you have really, really tense muscles, your shoulders are always up. And she said, oh, I don't know if you noticed it, but your shoulders are always kind of like just not relaxed. And I told her that I had a car accident a couple years back, and she said, yeah, that could be it also, that you're getting these tremors, like something's kind of blocking your chi. That's what she told me. And she said, like, just come back, we'll try to do adjustments and do some exercises, some stretches, hopefully it'll help with the tremor. Now for the muscle pain, I had muscle pains for almost 6-7 months straight last year, and I was so worried. It was like my 4 limbs were just hurting for no reason. I would wake up feeling pain and go to sleep, you know, feeling pain. I did massages. I consult with the chiropractor about it, and my chiropractor said it could be stemmed from the car accident from a couple years back, or some type of trauma. It could really be like just, you know, also anxiety as well. And after 7 months of constant muscle pain, one day I just magically, like, the muscle pain was starting to ease away and it was gone, which is really, really weird. I asked my doctor why it was like that, and she never really gave me an answer. She said, I'm not sure, like your body, it's really like, it's a magical thing where like your body just like heals itself eventually, and it could probably some kind of imbalance in your body that caused the muscle pain. So for muscle pain, I do get it every now and then. I do feel sore, I do feel kind of like, you know, achy, but it's not as like the shooting pain as I had before. As for fatigue, I still feel tired all the time. I feel like I need to take naps sometimes. I feel like after a strenuous workout, I want to take a nap. Sometimes after I eat, I get really, really tired. I want to take a nap. And, you know, it's something that I think could be like one of the major symptoms of vitamin D. For excessive sweating, I think my excessive sweating, if anything, everything else got better and my excessive sweating got worse. And I still wake up sometimes and I feel like clammy skin. I don't feel drenched, but I feel like clammy skin. I always feel cold, and I always have the heater on because I feel like I'm like sweating, but I'm not really sweating. Like I don't see the sweat, but I feel cold, like just that clammy feeling. And for now, what I'm doing is I am taking vitamin D still. I'm taking the 5,000 IUs, which is this one. I take 1 a day, although I'm really, really bad at it. Like I said, I'm really bad with routines, so I've just been taking this every few days, and I combine it with magnesium, so it helps your body absorb it. So I take this and this together. And for the muscle pain and also the muscle fatigue, I'm currently just trying to use holistic ways for self-healing. Like I'm taking turmeric right now. So I actually have it. Okay, so turmeric, it kind of looks like ginger. Turmeric, it's really helpful for inflammation, and I feel like this actually helped me a lot because ever since I started hearing about turmeric helping with inflammation, I started using it, and I feel like the next day it's actually helped me a lot, or the next couple of days I feel like I'm in less pain. And so usually what I do is I would just buy some fresh turmeric from a local grocery store. For me, I buy from Whole Foods, and I just cut like a little thin slice, and I just kind of like mash it up and put it in warm milk and just boil it with coconut oil and black pepper because it helps your body absorb the turmeric. And I would drink that every few days, and I feel like it's helped me a lot. So I definitely recommend it, but I know that turmeric is not for everyone. There are, I think it's kind of a blood thinner, so it's best to consult with your doctor before using it. Really, with all these symptoms going on, you kind of start worrying about something that's bad that's happening to your body. And what I can say is, do not consult with Dr. Google. You will never find the right answers. Like, it's, you know, when you Google something, it gives you a whole list of stuff, and you immediately think it's like the top few where it's the worst, like a disease or like something's really, really wrong, and it just sends you down to a rabbit hole, and you just keep it. Your anxiety will get worse. And I truly believe that anxiety could play a really, really big part in your symptoms as well. And if you just keep Googling it and you just keep, you know, diagnosing yourself, it won't help. So if anything, what I usually do is once a year I would do a checkup, a routine blood work, just to see how my health is like, or like just consult with a professional. Do not, you know, judge everything based on what you read on Google, because not everything on Google is true. The different symptoms I have, it's really common with different issues. You know, for twitching, it could be like imbalances, it could be BFS, it could be because you're overworked, or it could just be like too much caffeine intake. Who knows, you know? So it's best not to go on Dr. Google. Consult a professional, and just try to keep your mind off things. If you feel stressed, just, you know, take some time off, you know, or take a breath and just not think about it. And I think it's really helped me a lot that I don't think about it, because when I first got it, I was just so worried. I actually had sleepless nights, and I spent the whole night Googling what's wrong, watching videos, visiting forums, asking questions, but I never got the like answer that I feel like I wanted, you know? So what I could say is just take care of your body, keep taking the vitamin D pills, keep taking your magnesium, eat healthy food, try not to eat processed food. Also, don't let your anxiety manifest by just assuming things and thinking what could go wrong. You know, if you think on the bright side, things will be more positive, instead of, you know, thinking negatively. It's just gonna send you down, like, and it gets worse from here. So with that being said, I hope you guys know that you're not the only one that is experiencing this. A lot of people experience this. I understand how a lot of you guys feel. And yeah, just take care of your body, and mental health is really, really important. It's crazy because I didn't believe it when they told me that anxiety can cause pain. Anxiety is not just something like mental, like it's something that could cause physical symptoms. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys have any questions. That's it for now. Bye guys.